and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, good morning everybody, thanks for coming in. Today is the primary election day, so I urge people to get out there and do that. There's 5 locations. If you need help finding it, go to the auditor's website and you can find your polling site. But anyhow, we've got the consent agenda. We have some liquor licenses and some employment, some conservation employees. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. This quick. All right, so first on the agenda, we have our HR director, Jana. She's going to discuss with us the county's holiday policy and employees working on a designated county holiday due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This is kind of an extension of the conversation we had last meeting.
Yep, so last time we talked about some of the temporary employees that are working for COVID, and the current policy doesn't give them any extra pay for working on holidays, but I am asking for some extra pay. And so we wanted to know what the dollars would be for that. There were 2 employees, and so the policy today states, if you were a regular employee, you'd get time and a half plus 8 hours if you work that day. So if we calculate that for these 2 employees, it would cost us $1,251.46.
You want a motion for that,
Yeah.
Jana?
Yes, please.
I'll do that for you.
Second.
Thank you.
Okay, the motion is second, any discussion?
We're gonna, when we're through this, we're gonna address those types of situations in the handbook.
Yes, we'll take a look at those policies. Yes, sir.
Probably do it in one of those department meetings so we can get as much input that.
Sure.
Okay, we'll get a motion second. Any last minute discussion here? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carried.
Chairman Schultz, I'll make a motion to authorize the chairman to sign the agreement between Potawatomi County and the
Teamsters.
Union Local 554.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Discussion.
This one is the detention officer's contract.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Chairman Schultz, I'll make a motion to authorize the chairman to sign the agreement between Potawatomi County and the Sheriff's Deputies Association.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
No. Any discussion?
They, I should ask them, go back and revoted it.
That would have been the detention officers. They did, and
What was it? Can we find out?
how many? Yeah, they don't pass that on to me.
It's not a percentage or anything?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
So, I'm sorry.
No, sorry.
These we did were all 1-year deals, so we need to probably, as soon as we get through this, whatever we're gonna get through, we probably should
Like
start
3 or something. Or...
looking at some, what that's gonna look like.
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree. All right, next we have Leanne Gifford, our Assistant County Attorney. Discussion decision to approve policy regarding admitting public into the courthouse once reopened for business on June 8th, 2020. Got anything on this?
I just wanted something in writing that the board approved so that if we turn somebody away because they have a temperature of 100.4 or higher, we've got a reason for it and to back it up.
Okay.
So, is that this whereas that you've gotten in here?
Yes.
I'll make that motion.
Okay. And I'll second it. Let me. So, and this is into, so we have to come back in, this is considered a policy, Leanne.
Yes.
So then the policy can just be waived anytime then, going forward?
Once the pandemic is over,
Right.
the policy would terminate.
Okay, so it does automatically?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you got a motion and a second, any other discussion?
No, the only other discussion is, the court got this policy too, right?
I have not discussed it with,
You might want to get it to Bob up
yeah,
there.
I will
Okay,
certainly do that.
okay, thank you.
There was a thing from ISAC this morning on PHI, and will this be PHI if they determine?
We're not documenting any of it, so
Okay.
if someone, whether it's employer or citizen, comes in and they have a temperature, we're sending them away with a little piece of paper saying why we're sending them away and what they need to do to be able to come back. We're not writing it down or documenting it anywhere.
They're not saying out loud, whoa, this is 102 degrees?
No,
All right.
right. Yeah, good question.
All that happens at the security downstairs, right there, okay.
And there's some outside the door because we'll have those two screeners, the public health interns, which will be asking the 2 health questions, and then helping facilitate with the temperatures as well.
Okay, thank you.
Where are we with those units?
I got with David yesterday, and he said that they're on order, and it was given 3 to 4 weeks, and I think we're right at the 3rd week, so hopefully they should be here anytime now. But like I said before, we got the backup for the screeners to use with the thermometer, so they should be here within the next week or 2. It's almost like anything else you're buying, it takes a while to get into shipment, so.
I was told they're plug and play, so have we ran power to where?
Yes, Building and Ground Ben has ran power to both locations that they're gonna be at, we just wait for them to come in.
Awesome.
And ABI is coming in to give us a rundown on how it is gonna work.
I would think,
Do you have an
maybe
extra
I might
pen?
think it's way off base, but people are still hearing 50%.
Wait, I better
So I
take
think people are
Thank you.
kind of attuned to that 50%. So some of them don't, will, I don't think, be too upset if we keep
Yeah,
some of
it's
them
good.
outside if it gets to be a big
Yeah.
mad rush to the treasurer's office.
Yeah.
I honestly don't see people getting to be, but we'll see.
Well, you're right, Scott. There is gonna be a big bad rush to the treasurer's office.
We'll see.
Okay, so any other discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
We ought to put out a notice to the employees to remember, don't park in the, because they've all been parking in the parking lot.
Do we sign those?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Because
We
if
signed
they
it.
start,
Yeah.
if they
It's
forget
not a
on.
bad idea,
Yeah.
then they may slow
Back them
down,
out.
may slow their people coming in, because they're in the way. I guess I didn't know who's been parking out.
Well, I'm guessing. I
I'm
parked out
guessing because
there.
it's always full
Yeah,
and we have no public coming
yeah,
in,
no
so.
public, so the employees just park there.
Okay, the next thing on our agenda is under other business, we have a discussion decision on selecting a committee for filling the vacancy on the Veteran Affairs Commission. As you all know, we're coming up on the end of a term, and the way the state code's written, that there's certain, I don't know what you wanna call it, like eras of veterans that
You're
you're
saying
supposed to.
buckets that we
Yeah.
gotta fill, what bucket are we gonna fill?
This one is it just needs to be other than global war on terrorism, so you're talking Vietnam, Korea, World War II, more or less. There's some other, Nick, you can correct me wrong. there's another-
It's not gender on this one, really.
No.
It can be either way,
Yeah.
right?
So it says you gotta make a reasonable
So what do we
effort.
gotta do, a public posting or?
I think we would just, you guys can jump in, but I think we handled it like we did last time where we put it out to the public through Melissa, like she did before. And then we would have a committee, that's part of the hiring, to interview the candidates that apply, and then, I think the purpose of this is to establish what that committee is gonna be,
Sure.
and then, go from there, so.
Can't remember, what did we have 5 people on it last time?
We did, yeah, and I think this time, Skylar sent an email asking for, and this was a request before from the commission as well, that they would like to see if we could have a commissioner sit on, one of the commissioners sit on that.
Sure.
So, I think it's warranted, I think they wanted it last time, and, let's go ahead and do it.
I think, didn't you volunteer last time? Voluntold or volunteered?
Yes, myself. Myself and Matt Wine was on that committee, so.
Pardon?
Myself and Matt Wine.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Right.
So,
Yeah, so I mean, I think we had HR there last time, Matt, Garfield, myself, and was it you, Tim? So, Lynn, I know you're a vet, and I know you wanna be involved, so if you're up, you can take my spot on it if you want, for the selection. If you'd
I
like.
just like it run by me, I don't care whether I serve on it or not, so.
It's totally up to you guys what you wanna do, so,
so
right now I'm hearing
So-
Skylar for sure, so we got
so-
one.
is Scott, those people are, when you say that, then they're gonna, have input or they have vote also?
No, so they will vote on the candidate they internally, who they
Right,
think,
right.
and they will bring that name to the board.
But,
and then the board
as they
will-
sit on the committee, is Skylar gonna get a vote or is he gonna just have input? You
Oh,
follow me?
it's up to
I
us.
really don't care.
No, I know, I understand, but I just wanna make sure that everybody, so that if Jana's sitting on there, she's gonna get a vote.
Yeah,
And Garfield and Matt Wyatt serves or whoever
yeah, I think we
else.
just do an odd number and majority wins, and
Right, okay,
if that works for you guys.
yeah. Cause we had,
Jana.
Jesus, I wanna say, did we go through 7 or 9 of them last time?
I don't remember.
There was a bunch of them we went through.
Yeah,
And I hope we get the same, type of return out as well this time, so we'll see.
Yeah, no, we had quite a few that we went through, it seems like.
does any of the board members wanna be on that? Do you wanna be on it?
I'll serve
Okay,
on
so we got Lynn,
So you got Lynn, and you got, I don't know what, Matt can
it's up
do
to
it
us.
or not, you know?
Well, if you're gonna make a motion, it'd be nice to have that.
I'm gonna give you the names, that's why I'm
All right.
working on that. So we got Skylar, Jana, Lynn, Matt Wyatt, and then I was thinking one other board member at least. So,
I'll do it if you want, if it's okay with the board, or anybody else can as well too, it doesn't really matter. The thing that matters to me is that we get representation, either from Vietnam, like you said.
yeah,
So you got Tim on there?
sure, Tim, yep. And at the end of this, candidate will come back to the board has the final say, so if the committee comes back and us board members think that's not a good fit, we can make that decision. I don't recommend doing that.
So do we have two? Lynn, are you gonna sit on it?
Yes,
So we have two, okay.
yes.
So we got Lynn, Tim, Skylar, Matt Wyatt, Jana, and you gonna do Garfield again?
Well, that's Skylar, Jana, Lynn, Matt Wyatt, and Tim, so that's an odd number. You want an odd number for voting.
Okay, you'd have to put two more then.
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
No, that's why I was curious whether they're voting or not.
Well, we had We
just scored.
John Rasmussen as well last time, because he's a veteran as well.
So if you want to
Right.
put John on there, and then we'll make either Jana the non-voting member, or.
Probably put John and Garfield, then you've got 7.
You want seven,
That's quite a bit for
quite the
an
interview.
interview.
Well, it was you scored, and I mean, I didn't sit in, I only sit in like 3 of them, I think. I didn't sit in all of them.
Yeah, that's right, we rotated last time, didn't we?
I think so, and,
Yeah.
and we used a score sheet and
Yep.
stuff, and, I mean, then we whittled it down to, I don't know, 3 or whatever. So, with that being said, Nick, this one is expiring as of when, June?
June 30.
Okay, so June 30, that's coming up fast. So, June 30 of 2020, and then when's our next one?
The next one we have several years on, because we just hired 3 and they're off cycle, so the next one coming up will actually be Jesse
Are they
Shea.
5-year terms?
No, like 2 to
No,
3
they
years.
rotated them out, so they're 3 and 2s. So
Okay.
the next one will be Jesse, he got it, so it'll be another year.
Okay,
The timeline we were kind of hoping for, so we didn't have any overlap, was June time period, put it out there, see how many people come, and maybe towards the end of June, get together and do this one-day interview or whatever we need to do. And that way, the first board meeting that you guys have in July can actually be brought to you guys' attention, the results of it done. Hopefully at that point, an agreement made, and then the swear-in beginning part of July. So that way, we have pretty much it goes smoothly right into the next one.
okay.
So we'll give, what time frame are you gonna put out there for the application period? 2 weeks?
I would do 10 days.
10 days, yeah, that's fine.
So we can, Skylar, is it okay, we can start the interviews right after that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I serve you guys as leaders, so it's whenever you guys want to do it, I'd be more than willing to.
All right.
Cool. So you got voluntold. So
You look great.
this one clear, I'll make sure that the auditors got it right. So we have Skylar Dooley, Jana, Lynn Groby, Matt Wyan, and Tim. And then we said John Rasmussen. And then Jana, you're a non-voting member. So you're observing, make sure the process goes the way it's supposed to go.
Was Garfield on that?
And if we have Garfield, you're a non-voting member. So I don't know, it's up to you.
Unless,
you have
you know, if you don't
score sheets, you
have
don't have to
time when this
vote.
comes up, then maybe Garfield could switch in for you. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, Garfield and I did it last time, that's fine.
So you two will rotate them,
Yep, whatever.
share the time. Okay, perfect. How about you, John and Matt? How about if John can do it, then you can, you know, that works. And you guys work it out.
Well, if they do the scoring mechanism, they don't need to vote. They just add the scores up.
Well,
Vote and put them
the
on.
last time I believe that the applications were provided to all the board members to review.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we scored them to get the candidates to interview.
Oh, I see, okay.
And then you guys interviewed them, and you guys scored them too, I believe.
The last time I wasn't a part of that one, so the last one we did.
No, they weren't. I don't think so.
With this one, I think we'll have a little bit less applicants just because we are looking for a certain demographic based off of Iowa code.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna need everybody's help to push it out to everybody to see who we can get that's willing to serve on.
No, I think it's an important, commission seat too, and, as we go forward with this, I mean, and our next topic we're gonna vote on this, but our next topic's gonna kind of lead into what I'm gonna talk about here, so I guess, is everyone in agreement? I guess let's vote on that. We need a motion and a second for this team for the interview committee, and then,
So moved.
Second.
okay, so the discussion on my part is that we would go ahead and get that posting up as soon as possible. We'll leave it up for 10 days. You guys will do interviews following that, so you guys work out a schedule to do your interviews, and then you'll come back to the board in probably that first Tuesday in July with a recommendation. We'll vote on it. Does that work? Or do you wanna do,
That works.
maybe we can come back earlier, we can do the 30th. So if you put your things out on now, let's say you get hypothetically out tomorrow, you got 10 days, that puts you into the week of the 17th, you conduct your interviews. Come June 30th, you could give us your recommendation, we could vote on it, and we could swear them in on the first Tuesday in July.
I like that idea.
Okay. Is that okay with your guys'
Yeah,
motion,
fine.
I guess? All right,
Works for me.
all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, motion carries.
I caution you a little bit the way this 20 years been going. The best made
Scott
plans,
Belt's famous word, subject to change, so.
best made plans.
So the next item on the agenda is more of a discussion. I don't know if she made a decision or not. No, she didn't. And I kinda wanna go back to, the commissioner that is coming off the Veterans Commission. He's been there for 13, 14 years, something like that, doing this. And, I think, a lot of things we do in the county go, we give them the thank you and we send them on their way, but I just think there's a lot of and I kind of tried to implement this last time I was on the, as a chair, but when people leave a seat sitting on a commission, especially someone like Phil Jacobs who served so long, I feel like they deserve recognition for what they've done. And I think that this board could come up with something, a way to do that. And I don't necessarily say it's got to be like a plaque that we hand out all the time, but in the military, we hand out what they call a challenge coin. And the challenge coin, you know, hypothetically, let's just say hypothetically we did that for my county. We put like our seal on the front of it, and then on the back we put some type of wording that says like for excellence, or, you know, we come up with some type of thing that makes it kind of meaningful. But it needs to be more of a one size fits all, because obviously we're gonna be doing different awards. But we get a limited number of those for the board, and basically this board would agree to hand them out when it's people are deserving. And I think a situation like a commissioner serving for that long warrants that type of award. So that's one idea. I mean, I just think we gotta do something. There's a lot of people that do a lot of great things. I mean, they get zero recognition, and I just think this would be a good way for them to take it home with them.
You want this board, the Board of Supervisors, to do the vetting of giving that out then?
That's what I would think so. I think like a department head could make a recommendation,
Okay,
and then we review that and decide whether or not it was warranted, and then we would authorize it.
okay, are we gonna set, I think we should do something with Phil, and I mean, there's some people that have served on some other boards we
Yeah.
probably should have done in the past, but it is what it is. Do you, I guess, want to establish some kind of, I guess, base criteria so it just doesn't become
Yeah.
you follow me?
Yeah, and I can kind of steal some of that from the military, because that stuff's all built into our award system there, and I think we could probably follow a similar
Right.
path. That way you can kind of weed out. Because, I mean, the idea is you don't just get a coin, or you don't get your award for just doing your job. You know, it's
Right.
going above and beyond, and then in special circumstances, obviously. But,
Or even outside of your, whatever your normal, it may be as much as, you know, someone that's done some exemplary work in the community
Yeah.
outside of
Yep.
here. So, I mean, that's what I think we just need to have that basis. So going forward, if we're not here, they at least know what we were doing. And I don't know if we want to engage some of the staff and kind of
Totally fine with
have that discussion or not. I know David and some of his people have done some pretty good things in some tough situations, and some other departments have too. It's, you know, I mean.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think we could maybe make a committee to go over the policies for that.
Who do you
In your
get?
service, how often do you do that? Is it annual? Is it semi-annual?
No, it's up to the, you know, so for example, when I was a company commander, I mean, it was really at my discretion. I had some generic guidelines of what I could follow, but so say we went into a 2-week annual training, you know, that's typically where you'd see that done, because you got all your people together, we're all working on a certain mission, and then the people that rose to the top, we'd give them those awards. But, you know, on occasion, someone would do something outstanding and they'd get an award for doing that.
You just
know?
do it right there,
Yeah, so
okay.
a lot of times the leadership of that particular person would submit an award request, and it would come to my level, and I had a first sergeant, and we'd basically review it and say, okay. And sometimes those awards had to go to a higher level, so someone above me to make the decision. In this respect, I think we have department heads kind of be the ones to say, yeah, this person's deserving, submit that to the board reviews it, we say yes or no, or we change it or something.
I think it's a wonderful idea, so.
And, you know, the coin is one idea. I mean, there's obviously other routes we can go, but to Scott's point, maybe we make a little committee to kind of come up with what that's gonna look like for sure. Because, I mean, maybe someone doesn't get the coin, maybe they get a certificate or something, you know.
I think the coin would be much better.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Well, I think we do have someone do some, I guess, research on who makes those and what that looks like, and
Yeah. I've personally bought them before, so I have a few that are pretty good. I know these guys probably know some corn guys
You go
too.
buy your own? You get myself a couple of them.
Well, you buy them like in
I know.
bulk, you know, so you buy.
Right, they gotta make a die or whatever it's called to do it, and then if we're gonna have it, whether it's gonna be, I don't wanna say platinum, or gonna be silver, or copper, or whatever it's gonna be, zinc, or whatever, we just need to get some
Yeah, I get you
samples
some
made
price
up.
points or something.
So we know what that looks like, and then such, so.
Well, I'd be willing to take on,
Yeah, I think
That
if you wanna
piece-
grab that information and bring it back, and they can probably give us some rough, drawings or whatever, and then maybe we start brainstorming with staff or some of the people to figure out what we wanna put on the back of it, if we're gonna.
yeah, I think county seal in the front, and then we put something on the back, yeah.
Well, I
We
don't
do policy committee, or you wanna do like,
Well, I don't,
create a new committee for it?
no, I don't know, you can probably do the department heads or something, maybe, I don't
Yeah,
know.
maybe the department heads?
Okay,
I mean, we gotta do that.
We'll do the department heads, if you need a motion, we don't need a motion for that.
well,
No, but
I would recommend Justin
I
and
don't know if that's
Marilyn
heads or tails.
and Janice serve on that.
right,
I'd be happy to.
Sure.
okay.
There you
Is
go.
that what you want?
No, that's a suggestion. And then you can get with the department heads and get it worked out.
Okay. Works for me.
Yeah,
we don't
me
need to
too.
make a-
Be happy to.
No,
We don't need to
we
vote
don't
on
need
it.
anything yet at this point, 'cause
Yeah.
we're not expending anything.
No, but I think it'll be really good, you know, and then, it's like you said, these kids at AL used to get an award from the board every year, and now we stopped doing that. And I asked them why, and he's like, well, I mean, I just thought you guys were busy. I'm like, well,
Our sheriff-
ROTC kids would love to have that from us, you know, so.
Our sheriff's department does it right now with the 911 operators when they
Oh,
perform exemplary service.
They have a coin?
I don't think it's yeah,
I think it is.
I think it might be.
I think it might be.
Maybe we could see one of those.
Yeah, I'll reach out and get it.
okay, that'd be a great idea.
I think you've been to those meetings when they.
Oh, yeah, they do them up here, but I don't remember them giving them I know they hand them a plaque and stuff, but I never seen them hand them a coin. Maybe they're slipping over a check.
I think the sheriff has one and the jail has one as well. I've seen both.
For
coin.
911 or for,
They are coins, Garfield?
Yeah, I've seen them.
I thought they might be.
okay.
Oh, you got one?
Yes, of course, from the jail.
Yeah, of course he did.
Awesome.
They paid him off.
All right, well, I guess with that, I just need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Quick meeting, thank you, everyone.
You're welcome.